Hey, what's up? It's Daryl D. Welcome back. Uh, we're gonna do a cool little video, cool little haul video. I've spoken quite often about Greg's Comics, located over Mesa, Arizona, and that's like way, way far across town from where I live. So whenever I go over there, I'm on some type of mission, whatever that comic mission may be. Well, it just so happens that I was working in that part of town just recently, maybe like a mile or two away. And so I took advantage of that since I was over there already and went over there and thought, I'll see what's in the 50-cent bins and see what I can find. And I want to show you some of those books that I actually found. Um, so we're going to take a look at that stuff right now and just see what kind of cool stuff um, I came up with, okay? So the first thing is, lately, the last, few months, they've had like this consistent box of magazines right on the counter, front counter, like a dollar box of like comic magazines. And they've had a little bit of everything in there. And I went through there, and I only found one that I felt like I need to take this home. And that was this newer September 25. What is this? Vampirus Carmella, number 28 magazine was in there. Can you believe that was in there for $1? This is like the newer version of Vampirella, worn magazine. So I thought that was pretty cool. I took a look through it. I'm sure I'll be passing this along to somebody. In fact, there were quite a few books in here that I don't know. I grabbed a few for some buddies of mine because they were so cheap. So as far as like the new books that I picked up, I did pick up a few. I was missing issue number 3 of Gehenna. I've been hearing stuff about this book, but I haven't actually gotten around to actually reading it. So, but I have, the 4-issue run on that. I believe it was only 4 issues. And then number 2 of Roots of Madness, pretty much the same story with that. One of the many titles that I've been picking up that I have not yet begun to read. So it was just those two. That was regular price. We got the dollar Vampirella or Vampirus Carmella book. And now all the rest of these are 50-cent books. These came out of 50-cent box. Let's see what we got. This is issue number 2 of Daisy. Number 2 out of 5. I told you guys I was going to pick this run up and read it since I've been seeing it so often. This was an interesting book that I thought, oh, the art is pretty cool. The colors kind of reminded me slightly of some Corbin colors. This is called the Chamberlains. Issue number 3 of the Chamberlains. And let's take a look at some of that artwork in there. So I'll check that out. 50 cents, you can't beat that anyway. This is, what issue is this? Number 3. I don't even know how to pronounce this word. This new horror book from the Abyss. There always seems to be copies of this book in those 50-cent boxes for some reason. This was an interesting one. Really, really like the art in this one. This issue number 1 of North Bend. This is issue number 12. I'm sure I have this already, but World Tree number 12. If not, I'll pass it along. In one of the past videos, I was talking about Abbott finding a copy of that, and then someone who was this? I can't even remember. I'm sorry. Somebody was suggesting that the whole run of Abbott, apparently there was 3 different runs of that, and this is Abbott 1973, and this is issue number 3. Which one of you guys were telling me about this book? I don't recall who. But hey, I think I'm gonna get all of those runs, whoever it was. Oh, here's a run that I picked up a while back. No, I have not gotten around to reading it. I am a fan of Rodney Barnes. This is Nita Hall's Nightmare blog, and because there were so many of these, I decided that maybe I'll put a second run together and pass these along to somebody and see what they think. But anyway, this is issue number 4 of that book. Issue number 2. What is this? Issue number 5. Look, that's some serious equipment. We got issue number 7. Issue number 9. And I see these. I've been seeing these pretty consistently in the dollar boxes. Issue number 10. Has anybody else read this book? I know Rodney kind of sticks to the horror stuff. That's issue number 11. I think I have most every run he's done in the last maybe 5 years. Oh, here we go. This is issue number 2 of the Chamberlains. I was hoping they had an issue number 1 so I could maybe start reading this right away. But this seemed pretty interesting. The art, I wasn't super... It kind of, I don't know, it's kind of got some crazy funkadelic colors. Issue number 1 of Spy Island, a Bermuda Triangle mystery. I thought that art was kind of cool. Check that out. And then this one was a pretty thick... What is this? The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Century 1910. Really, really like the art in here. There's another, how do you pronounce this? Epitaphs? Epitaphs from the Abyss. Number 9. I may have even picked this up before and just not realize it. You know, these books, I flip through them. I'll take a quick read of this book, but I'll definitely be passing that along. Here's issue number 3 of Cruel Universe, another EC book. These seem to have multiple stories in them. Here's another run that I picked up a while ago that I haven't yet gotten a chance to break open. And much like the Rodney Barnes book, I see these so much that maybe I'll put a second run together and pass it along. But this is the Defiant, and this is issue number 6. I heard this is a really, really good book. Something about a guy who dresses up like Santa and goes around people. Oh, here's number 9 of that run. So you can get a pretty good idea on what's going on there. Just in time for the pagan holidays. Here is issue number 2 of A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. Now that's an interesting title. Gotta check that out. Art, it's alright. We'll see what happens. I spoke about this book before. This is issue number 2 of the Pre-Modernal. Prima Dial? I don't even know how to pronounce this. Anyway, I showed some of these issues, a couple of these in a past video, and I had picked up like most of the run that day, but I think I had a stack of like 5 or 6, and I laid them down somewhere, and I don't think I picked them up, because when I showed the 2 that I actually paid, I think I paid $4 a piece for them. The ones that I found in the dollar bins, I couldn't find those. And I know I had, brought home at least 6, 7 copies that day. But I'm not sure. This book is number 2. Mine is A Long, Lonesome Grave. Check that out. And yeah, this art is really cool. What I love about the 50-cent bins over at Greg's is that, it's, if you want to take a chance on something and you don't like it, it's no big deal. If you do, then it, lets you know you need to pick up the other copies in that run. And there's just a little bit of everything in there. There was a lot of horror stuff, a lot of like I've mentioned before, I tend to stick to just like the more modern crime detective books. I don't go too far outside like the supernatural or monsters or things like that. I don't get into that. Definitely stay away from the superhero stuff. I don't touch it. 99% of anything Marvel or DC that is a newer book, I stay away from. Just not interested in that kind of stuff. And but there's tons of stuff. I mean, if you guys got a chance to go through those 50-cent books, I'm sure you would just leave with just stacks and stacks of stuff that I'm really not into. A ton of brand new Star Wars titles, and a lot of that newer Batman stuff is in there. But I tend to stick to the indie stuff, as you can see. So get on over to Arizona. Get on over to the Phoenix metropolitan area of Arizona and go nuts. I think it was Dan Elson that was saying that they don't even have dollar boxes over in his area, and most every store here has dollar boxes. And I'm not talking 1 or 2. I'm saying a significant amount of the store is dollar boxes. Yeah. Come on over. So here's issue number 1 from Mad Cave. This is the Mammoth. I thought that was a pretty cool looking cover. And based on what I see from the inside, I think I'm definitely going to be going for this run. We'll see. I was hoping I'd find more of these books in there, but at least I found the first copy. Like I can, I'm gonna read this, and I'm definitely feeling the art. If it grabs me, then I'll go for more. Hopefully, maybe I'll find the rest of them in the dollar bins, or maybe I'll go back later and Greg's will have some more in their 50-cent bins. I'm trying to see when this book actually came out. Okay, last year, 2024. So it's a pretty new title. But that's the last book that I wanted to show you guys. So I don't know, unless there's a reason, it probably won't be for maybe a few months before I get back over there and see what else they have. Not unless something pops up or whatever. But yeah, that's my latest little haul from exclusively from Greg's Comics over in Mesa. So big ups to Howard, the owner, and Eric, the pretty much the guy running things. And yeah, they always have really good suggestions for me. Howard is the old school guy, and then Eric pretty much knows what's going on with all of the new stuff. So big ups to them. All right, that's it for right now. Thank you guys for joining me. This is Daryl D. I'll see you soon with another comic haul. Take care.